3 stunning 2-bedroom apartments, all of which sold for under the $900,000 mark in and around the Vancouver area. I'm going to be taking you on a property tour of each of them, and I'd love to know from you, which one are you willing to invest in? Which one are you willing to make the commitment to purchase? You're going to have to stick around to the end of the video to compare all 3 of them. I'd love to hear your comments, so make sure you are active on that front. Hi, my name is Kyle Mark, your Vancouver Realtor, and today, like I mentioned before, we're going to be doing a little property tour of 3 properties all around the same price point around the Vancouver area that I have sold this year. But before we get into the nuts and bolts, a little housekeeping as per usual. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate into my beautiful city of Vancouver, make sure you book a call with me. All my information is in the description below. I'm super easy to get a hold of, and I'm here to help. So as we get started here, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, share this with your friends, and let's get going. First on the list, we are going to New Westminster, and we are going to be headed to a beautiful property located in the Sapperton area, which is somewhat of a new development that the West Group continues to build out on the Fraser River. So you have beautiful views of the Fraser River and a lot of these amenities that are super close by. What's really beautiful about this property is that you can put your car away. You have super close access to SkyTrain. So whether you want to get out to the valley or just into Vancouver, it's about a 20-25 minute SkyTrain ride. And what's beautiful about these types of development is that as you start to buy in, as long as you're not the last one in the development, you are certain to have a nice price appreciation, which happened with this property, which was originally bought as a pre-sale. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath at 843 square feet, built in 2019. Have a look at the listing video. Let me know your thoughts. As I mentioned before, this property sold for $745,000 and was sold in just 8 days. You can see with the interior design, my clients did an absolutely amazing job bringing this property to market, which made my job easy as possible. The sellers and the people who came in to view the property absolutely fell in love with the natural light, the Fraser River views, and obviously the amenities. There hasn't been a building in that area with that type and that type of size of amenities. When you can have these huge developments, which this one is a part of, where they can all share a common space, then you can take advantage of these amenities, such as, you know, the squash court, the massive fitness center, the amenity rooms, and then obviously because this is a newer development, you're having banks such as TD Bank, restaurants, things of that nature getting built out into that area as well. So it's super easy to get in and around. Yes, it's a little bit outside of Vancouver, but that's also reflected on the price, as this is the cheapest one on the property tour today. And would love to hear your thoughts, what you think of the unit itself, as well as what you think of the area of New Westminster. Number 2 on the list, we are now headed further west to a property that I sold earlier this summer in East Vancouver. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath plus den, coming in at 910 square feet. This property again sold quite quickly at just 18 days on market, and this one sold for $867,500. As you will see with the listing video coming up here, beautifully designed. My clients again did a very good job designing the property, keeping it nice and clean. What was very unique about this property in and of itself was again the massive amount of amenities, as well as this was the only floor plan that in the entire complex had. So it was a one of a kind, which made it a very easy sell. And again, just like the previous property in New Westminster, because of how well it was kept up and how well it was designed on the interior, it moved very quickly. This development, known as Kensington Gardens, was built in 2018, and what you can see, very similar to the New West property, a vast amount of amenities which really intrigue people. People want a lot of bang for their buck, and when they can have these amenities in these bigger complexes, it's very appealing, as well as having close access to SkyTrain. So when you're looking to buy and purchase property, buying into these developments, these mini developments that house, you know, a lot of units, a lot of amenities where you can do your shopping, as well as having that SkyTrain public transit option, you're going to appeal to a huge number of buyers. As well as you can see with the newest property and this one in East Vancouver, my clients did an amazing job of keeping up the property and designing it perfectly. And that's what also helped with the price point. This was the highest sale in the unit at the time for a 2-bedroom with just 1 parking space. So we set a record on that price point. So when you go in, whether you're buying a pre-sale or another unit in a building, understanding the floor plan, the uniqueness of those floor plans, what they have compared to other ones, is also a very important thing when you're discussing a strategy on what to buy for an appreciating asset with your realtor. Number 3 on the list, we are continuing our tour out west, and we are entering into Vancouver's west side in the Douglas Park area. This property was located just off Oak Street and West 21st, and for those who are local to Vancouver, especially on the west side, everyone understands the prestige and how popular the Douglas Park area is. This unit itself was just a block to Douglas Park, as well as all the amenities. You're close to the Crescent, you're close to South Granville, as well as public transit to take you right downtown, as you're just a couple minutes outside the downtown core. This unit is the largest on the tour at 997 square feet. It was built in 1991, and this one sold extremely fast as well. Just 7 days on market, and we sold this property for $868,888. As you can see, this unit is quite a bit older, not as modern as the previous two, but that's exactly why we're doing these community tours, to give you a sense of what your money will get you in different areas throughout the Vancouver area. As you go from east to west, making your way closer and to the downtown nucleus, property values continue to increase. And that is why this previous unit, even though it sold just a hair more than the Kingsway one, even though it needed, a lot of work in updating it, the location of it is what reigns supreme. And location is always the first and foremost most important piece of this. An analogy I like to use in terms of proving this point of purchasing property as close to a city center to make sure that you are in the best location that you can afford is when you take a rock and you throw it into a still water base. Where that rock makes contact with the water is your city center or your nucleus, which would be Vancouver. As the market appreciates, the pricing always starts at that nucleus and pushes its way out to other communities. It also works in contrast and helps with safeguarding. So when you're the closest to that nucleus, when the market does retract a little bit, it will always start at its furthest regions and then contract back to the nucleus. That's what we've seen post-COVID. During the COVID, the Fraser Valley, especially the detached market, just skyrocketed as people were leaving the city center in droves. But when people started to come back and COVID was over, the Fraser Valley took a huge beating in terms of price points. So you want to make sure that when you are investing, you want to understand where your nucleus is, what your motivations are, to make sure that you can safeguard yourself, not only to make sure that your asset will appreciate, but when there is a downdraft that you're going to be protected and insulated as well. All right, there you have it. We finished our community tour. I've taken you from New Westminster to East Vancouver all the way to Vancouver's west side. Those are the 3 options. Where are you putting your money? Where are you investing your money? I'd love to hear which property you felt was the best value, which property you think is going to appreciate the best. Leave your comments below. I'd love to have a dialogue with you. I am Kyle Mark, your Vancouver Realtor. And as always, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate here to my beautiful city of Vancouver, make sure you book a call with me in the description below. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.